Hello and welcome to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and the Play 40 Lands quest for 750 gold has returned. If you know me, if you've been a part of the channel, you know that means it's time for me to build a stupid ramp deck. A stupid, crazy, fun, good ramp deck, I mean. And today we're going to go in the colors of the Sultai. We found out last time that simply ramping doesn't count as playing the lands. They want you to just play the land. So this time we're taking a bit of a different approach, ways to play lands from our graveyard. For example, we're up to 2 Ramunap Excavators, which let me play lands from my graveyard, and a Wayward Swordtooth, which lets me play an additional land. Jadelight Ranger, which explores and puts lands into my hand. So you can see right there, we're taking this playing land stuff seriously. And then over here, we've got a Muldrotha the Gravetide that lets us play lands from our graveyard as well. And as long as we're playing lands, this lets us bounce lands so we can play them some more. And the Tatyova lets us draw a card and gain a life when we play a land. So we've got some of that built in. The rest is kind of an all over the place toolboxy deck that's going to try to keep us from dying early and have big time power cards late. Fatal Push. We got 3 Walking Ballistas to take advantage of a whole lot of mana. We've got Aether Meltdown, which might be strange to some of you, but unlike cards like Cast Down, we can play this card from the graveyard with the Muldrotha of the Gravetide, and it's also very easy to cast and can target just about anything in the early game. Shuts down those Hearts of Kirin and Aether Sphere Harvesters, slows down those Steel Leaf champions and all the other things. Nissa, Steward of Elements, may as well go down here. It's basically a giant fireball in the late game, and we're using the Scry ability to help us find our Ramunap Excavator and set up our ridiculousness. We didn't get to kick Josu, Vess, the Lich Knight last time. Maybe today is the day. We're down to 1 copy, but he still might make an appearance. Vraska's Contempt, probably the most, and arguably the most powerful card and important card in black right now. Those red-black decks and their 4-drops and those blue-white decks and their Teferis, they must be contempted. There's just not a lot of other great ways to deal with the complex variety of threats that come out of Red Aggro decks and Teferi decks than Vraska's Contempt. Then we've got Yahenni's Expertise, because sometimes the board, it just all needs to die. And then we've got the Scarab God to go with that Druid, 3 Hours of Promise to set our lands up awesomely, and a Mending of Dominaria, which the ability doesn't count as playing lands, but as long as I'm doing all this funky stuff with my lands, I thought it could be a fun card to play, as well as keeping my Ramunap Excavators around and Walking Ballistas coming back for big fireball moments. Then we've also got a Noxious Gearhulk, a Multani, a Muldrotha, Bolas's Clutches, which can be played over and over with Muldrotha, a Vraska Relic Seeker, and a Sandwurm Convergence. Nothing makes those red-black decks squirm like Sandwurm Convergence. Shut down all those flyers. Their Rekindling Phoenix, their Glory Bringer, their Heart of Kirin, they're all just fodder, baby. Fodder, I tell you. So hopefully we'll get to do that. Then over here, we got 25 land, and it's just a splattering, I tell you, of weird lands. So we need deserts, a certain amount of deserts to make our Hour of Promise good. So we've got one of each of the tap deserts. We also have one each of the effect deserts. And then we've got some basic lands that we can fetch up with, say, an activated Field of Ruin, something along those lines. But overall, you don't need the basics too badly. The deck isn't that reliant on it. But then we have like weird effects, like this Memorial to Genius is really fun if you can play it from your graveyard with the Excavator and draw 2 and draw 2 and draw 2. And Memorial to Folly, just getting Excavators back and Walking Ballistas back. Then we've also got all these like Hatch Up Oasis. You never know when you need to pump something. A Fetid Pools that cycles. Blooming Marsh is good early when you need your colors right. Botanical Sanctum, just one of. An Arch of Orazca for the draws. The Evolving Wilds to get the basics and come back with Excavator. And we got Field, Grasping, and Grounds. And it is a crazy mana base. All right. Hopefully this will be good fun and not good slaughter. But sometimes you can't have it all. Let's see what happens. Oh yes, the auto land tool does add 24, but sometimes you really need to hit number 25. Sometimes you gotta play more. When your deck has a million 5s and 6s, that's a good sign. You need to play more. More land. Lands. Many of them. So, opponent, what do you think of your hand today? Is it acceptable? Do you likes it? I'll just be over here in the waterfall, doing some cliff diving. Okay. It's a funky hand, but it's the kind of hand I think we're in for. I think this is why we play the deck. I don't know. There you go. So my stats from over the weekend show the meta to be about 44% Bomat Courier. Gotta sequence carefully with this pile. I'm pretty sure our next land will be the Sanctum. Oh yeah, it's the Harakira! What do you guys think? What has to die? Ooh, everything has to die, of course. Yes, of course. Probably a good turn to play another tap land. And since this produces blue, we'll play this. Although, well, we can cycle this one and get it back. It is tempting with the Excavator, but I don't think we'll actually get away with that anytime soon. Let's see what our opponent does before we decide who's falling off a cliff today. Will it be you? Will it be you? Or you? Scroungy, scroungy! Bomat number deuce. Oh no. Oh no. Yep. Here he comes. Meow. Go away. Nobody likes you. Nobody. Sorry. Sorry to be the bearer of the bad news. Well, these Bomat Couriers are gonna be a nuisance, I can tell. This one's already on 3, going on 4. We could play our Excavator, but we can't get anything off of it right now. So I think we just play this. We just push this Bomat now, I believe, and then we cycle the Desert of the Mindful, and next turn we can play the Ramunap and get it out of the graveyard. I guess that's the play. It's not exciting. Doesn't feel good. Oh, the red decks. Did they need more? Did we need more reasons to play red? Well, we got it. Alright, we'll just cycle this now. Don't think we're going to bluff our opponent out of attacking anytime soon. Wouldn't make sense. Alright, shall we play our fodder? Ta-da, fodder. We want to hang on to this to go with Tatyova if we can, but you never know. Hey, that's a good card, I hear. Yes, get in there, Bomat. Come on. Yeah, no blocks. If we're going to die, we're just going to die. Let it be. Oh, let it be. An evening star. All right. Let's just take this hour of promise for the funds. We'll just dirtle indefinitely. Show our opponent all the cool stuff they're not letting us do. What do we pick? What do we pick here? I don't know. Perhaps we'll go with a little Deadlands and we'll have a memorial to the genius. No, we'll get a Scavenger Grounds and exile our opponent's for Kindling Phoenix, you know, because that's totally going to happen. Alright, if they can deal us one more, they got this one. That isn't it. Still, how does one stop a Phoenix? Oh, look at him go. Alright, well, we know who's blocking where. Is there a draw? Is there a draw in the whole deck that does anything here? No. Probably not. Ha! Okay, nice slow roll. Good for you. Our first exciting game in the books. Let's see how many of those we can run back to back to back to back to back. But hey, we got to play 5 lands. That is one problem with the meta having so much red in it. You don't get opportunities to play many lands. How are we gonna play 40 lands? We're lucky to get to turn 5. Oh well. Life goes on. If we're on the draw, yuck. But let's see. It's hard work up here in the diamond tier, baby. Only pure tryhards got to this point already. And I think our opponent's a higher rank than us because of the red on the bottom, but I'm not quite sure how that all works. I don't read. No, we don't have any black. It's kind of a problem. And we have 2 6-drops, so it's like I mulliganed already, so I may as well try for something else. Well, that got worse. Hey, there we go. No blue either, but I guess I'll take a Fatal Push. Something to hold the opponent off. Oh boy, would you look at that? It's Bomat Courier. What a good one. What a great idea. All right, here we go. Will it be a Heart of Kirin like last game? Will we just do that curve again? The Aether Hub. You know, because sometimes you have to use Unlicensed Disintegration on your opponent. Alright, let's just kill this. If our opponent does have an Aether Hub, hopefully we'll find a blue and melt it down. Okay, not yet. The opponent does not Lightning Strike our face. Everything's just going great. Oh, never mind. It's Pia. Could be worse. The goal is to get to the Sandwurm Convergence. We are finding land. See how our opponent wants to handle this turn. We're probably cycling. Probably. I think I just need more velocity. Playing 1 land a turn isn't going to get me there. Second thought, let's just use our mana this way. We can cycle on our turn, and it gives us another turn to decide if we want to cycle. But I'm sure I want to make that play. Okay. Nice. So let's see what your next 4-drop is. They might just kill their own Phoenix. That does it too. But I think I'm trying to ignore the... Oops. I think I'm trying to ignore these two and find a way to solve them. Oh, it's pass in turn? Okay, well, whatever. Let's exile you. Yay, the Excavator's here, which means we can get the Evolving Wilds out of the graveyard. I love it. And if it lives, which it won't, I mean, it's basically dead by the time it hits the battlefield. But if it somehow lived, we got an engine. No, don't do it, man. Don't, no. No, not, what did he ever do to you? What did he do to you, man? Oh, come on. Come on now. Just let me have 0 fun. I see how it is. I see how it is. All right. Let's grab the other swamp. Come on, just get me to this convergence. The red-black decks, for all their strengths, dealing with convergence, not one of them. Yep, they found the way around the Aether Meltdown. Hallelujah. Now behold the game's new lag. Since the update, things like this just take forever. I could have held on to the Vraska's Contempt, but I feel like doing nothing, and letting them just keep attacking me down and hold up mana to do cool things is a big mistake. But in this case, it might have been right to hold on to that Vraska's Contempt. Well, that's unfortunate, as it's not going to get the job done in time, I don't think. So that'll be game. Another fun one in the books. Do keep in mind, it was a mulligan to 5, I think. Don't get too hard on it. Don't get too salty. Things happen. I think we can try it. Play the land that we know will be tapped. This will be untapped. I always have to remember how these fast lands work, as I haven't actually ever used them before, since I don't play Paper and I don't play MTGO. Came to Arena from Duels, and Duels never got these. I played Paper a long time ago, just to be clear. Oh look, you're getting the full taste of the meta. Blue-white control and red-black aggro. Curious to see how we do against the blue-white control variety, as I feel like we have a lot of must-counter threats in power. I don't know if any of it matters if our opponent's able to protect a Teferi. So, it's interesting. I'm curious to see how this plays out. And land go. I get how land go works. The opponent, they like to stare at me for a while. Alright, this says top 2 into your graveyard, return a creature card. So we don't want to do that anytime soon, but if we do see a creature off this Jadelight, you know, if it resolves. If this gets countered, we just play Mending. And next turn, or try to. And if we see creatures off this, we put those in the graveyard for the Mending. Opponent is bamboozled by this Jadelight Ranger. Just doesn't know what to do with this. What the heck do I do if my opponent casts something? I never thought that could happen. Alright. Supreme Will countering it. Land drop missed. Alright. What do you guys think? Is it time to mend Dominaria? I think it is. Why not? I'm sure it'll just get countered anyway. Might as well be a Scarab God. It's like just as good as a Scarab God here. They both eat counter spells. See? Basically a Scarab God. I think I will play this desert so I can sack this memorial. Yeah, good choice.
I won't hide from the world any longer. You know what? I'm not done yet.
Now we just find out if there's a negate and whether or not we should concede. Let's find out, shall we? Hello? Hello? Would you like to pass the turn now that you've untapped your land? Thank you. Alright. Get him. Hey! Ding dong, the witch is dead. What else you got? Of course, against a... Oh, of course, more Teferi. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, why not? I'm sure this time we'll get hit by a disallow.
Hold that thought.
Only the best of Magic. The full Magic experience here today. Well, that was a very good draw, wasn't it? Because this one's gonna get countered. It's like faux show. Uh-huh. Good job. You did it. So far, disallow, Supreme Will. Gotcha. Yeah, you're gonna take out my Memorial? No? You're gonna do something else annoying? Yeah, that's annoying. Great. Great.
Lived as a statue. How convenient. An excellent choice.
Oh yeah, good stuff. You can have a cast out. At least make him dig for his magical approach to the second sun. That's not very good here, is it? But let's draw two. Please, may I draw two? Thank you. Yeah. Which counter would you like to use this time? He's probably just intends to use Approach of the Second Sun this turn anyway.
What was lost is now returned.
So he's gonna get that back and cast it. Yay! Game's great. All right. Boom. Let's get busy. I do have a Field of Ruin. I guess my game plan might have to be to find that. How many attacks does this take? 1, 2. He's got the cast out, so it's gonna die anyway. I don't know if I can get to it in time. I don't think I can, so I guess my plan has to be to find like a Field of Ruin or something to shuffle his deck and keep him off another approach. Or maybe he'll just mess up with Karn, reveal it, put it into exile, and then I kill Karn, something like that. He's just spamming all the cards. Karn, Teferi, Approach, and Gearhulk. Dude is not going to come up short on win cons today. Alright, guess I have to cycle you. Remember, this also grows for lands in the graveyard. Alright. I mean, we're just going to exile you, right? So, settle, no doubt about that. Oh, we still have to go through combat. Wish they'd fix that. That's kind of annoying. There's nothing in combat. We don't need these. Yeah. Bring out the counterspell bait. Maybe not. Just cast it out. Makes sense to me. Dirtle. That's enough. Well, as much as I've enjoyed the losing streak with this deck, I guess we just have to pivot. We're halfway through our quest. We've won not a single thing. Alright, fine. I'll throw a variety pack at them. I've had enough of their shenanigans. We're just gonna go under them and light them on fire. Who needs quests? Watch, I bet we draw like 9 or 10 lands with the mono red deck now. On the draw again. This is the life I live today. Bad start, bad start. What can you do? All right, cool. Ha! And now my opponent plays green-black. I gave up too soon. Now we are the evil. Let's see if it's snakes. Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes? As Indiana Jones would say. All right. So many frickin' thunder sounds. Just get it over with the creature in the graveyard. The animations have gone over the top. The sound effects have gone over the top. I like them, but it's clear that the game is lagging. The game cannot keep up anymore. The game cannot handle all of this. Oh boy, Abronto. All right, well, not the way I wanted to do things. I mean, look, listen to the sounds. There's a sound when I cast it, there's a sound when it resolves, and there's a little bit of lag during every bit of it. It's gotta go, man. It's gotta go. It's not acceptable. It's not acceptable for a quality game. The latest update, huge step in the wrong direction for the gameplay. Everything's a little bit slower. And slower is not something I can abide by in Magic anymore. The game is too slow as it is. It's a major thing holding the game back from real, like mainstream acceptance and excitement in esports. It's too slow. Everything about it is clunky and slow. And you can't add lag to have little sound effects and animations. It has to, those can't slow the game down. All right, we're gonna see a Chupa thingy. We're gonna see a Ballista. That's frustrating because we have a nasty choice to make about whether or not to keep this Bomat Courier. 3 cards underneath though, I don't think can be this good. We just need to draw land. Anyway, our opponent's now going to tank for probably a whole turn and decide what to do with his Ballista. If he lets me untap and play stuff, though, I might pitch the Bomat. Let's see. I mean, just why not just do it last time? I guess he's trying to do it in my draw step because that's a thing, but it doesn't matter here. Yeah, it can be technically right if you're going to kill it in draw step, because I'd have to discard an additional card. So that is it's an option you can take. Let's see if he runs Vraska's Contempt in his snake deck. That's no Vraska's Contempt. Okay. Power up that Ballista. 2-turn clock. Feeling it. Oh, weird. Weird. Okay. I mean, I'd want to dump all my counters on a Ballista. Attack me once, attack me twice. But whatever. I can't block, so... What just happened? Oh boy. Welcome to the glitch, ladies and gentlemen. We have to now exit the game and try to restart it and see if we can get back in. And if it will rebuild. If it will not, we will get a loss because we were on priority. And it's the, yeah. I don't fancy that any of the Magic Wizards development folks watch my videos, so there's no point in monologuing to them. I will say this. This is by far the worst update they have done. It is really bad. So when you run into these issues, report them. Post on forums. It is a beta. They supposedly listen to us. They supposedly want to know what we think. Well, tell them. Tell them just what a freaking crap show they made of this update. Oh my goodness. All right, crash twice. Restart again. Preparing assets. Fun. Title screen. Yay. Into the game. Whoa, look at it go, look at it go. All right. So we go here. I think we'll just play that, though. Yeah. We can't really attack here because of the Gearhulk, but we can do kind of a ninja block when he attacks with the Gearhulk. He might just Ballista this, but this should have one counter. No, he put another counter on it with the Gearhulk. That's right. That's fine. Maybe playing the Bomat's a mistake, but there's no way I can block with Hazoret without it, so I don't think so. Alright. Bronto, sure. So the goal over the next 2 turns is to get rid of this Gearhulk, get rid of this Ballista, and try to let Hazoret take over the game, which it can only do if it's bigger than the other things on the board. Who wants to come over? Nobody. Well, the Wizard's Lightning's going somewhere. Let's do it at the Ballista. Let's get this thing dead. It'll kill the Bomat, it'll go to my face, whatever. But the next turn we can attack with the Hazoret. Can that really outrace our opponent? Probably not. It's going to be tough anyway. But our opponent's going to be tough up to block. We gotta find ways to stay aggressive somehow. The game will not go our way if we don't. We've got a lot of burn spells. Ooh, chains. Do you do anything? You actually don't do anything. That's frustrating. I guess it blanks the Branch Walker. That's important. But then once I play it, I can't really attack with the Hazoret. So I guess we're still blocking. Huh. Interesting. Interesting sequencing. All right. I think I just... No. I have to be able to threaten this, so I have to play this. Who wants some? Nobody wants none. Okay. Well, burnout's the plan. Try to get there. He's gonna take the extra draw. Hopefully we can punish it. Blue. Scarab God? Be interesting. A little out of nowhere. Oh. Sure. You did it. Wow. Not what I expected to happen. Mm-hmm. Let's see what he's got. Okie doke. Keep or bin? Goes to 7. Goes to 4. So this is a big one. What do I shoot? I think we shoot a Branchwalker. Although if we shoot the opponent and then next turn leave this back, we can block there, take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 again. So that doesn't do it. So yeah, I have to kill something on the board. So I guess I shoot a Branchy. Okay then. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he needs to block. Well, he needs to block anyway. So let's do this. He did bin the push. Yep. Play the Hazoret post-combat. Keep it. Bin the other one, so we have a blocker for this Gearhulk. See if our opponent wants to pay a life here. They do. Very bold. Very bold. Okay. Things looking grim, unsurprisingly. Bin's a Winding Constrictor. It probably doesn't matter, but who knows. If our opponent attacks with both, I mean, it all depends how many blockers they leave. Our opponent is feeling feisty. So right now there's 3 getting in. They better have another play like a Walking Ballista. Okay, a Siphoner. Goblin Chain Whirler would be a hot draw. Not a lethal draw, though. It'd be a very hot draw. Oh my goodness. Alright. A shock. That's probably lethal, but let's see what we can do. Opponent may forget to block. May let something like the Hazoret through, you never know. And they may use their Siphoners, so let's put it to them. Alright, taking no damage. Let's do this proper. Oh, that was a fun little glitchy game, but if you learned something from this video, one, things are super spiky at the top. So don't expect my brews to do much winning. I can't even do much with the decks that are supposedly good. And 2, how to recover from those glitch outs. How to recover from those glitch outs. So we got out of one of those glitches. We had to restart the game, I think at least twice, but you just keep doing it. And don't concede, just exit the game by hitting the X in the corner or selecting options, exit game, reboot, and then do it again. And keep doing it until either you get the screen that you are defeated or you get back into your game. Fun. Not a great hand, but we'll see. Depends on how weak our opponent decides to beat a lot to Chain Whirlers. Most decks nowadays are not. They just, but some people like to play out their Glint Sleeve Siphoners, and you never know. Also, no burn spells to go with those lava runners is kind of scary. You really want to draw those burn spells. Hopefully they'll be lurking near the top. Alright, Patrick, let's do this. There we go. Sweet. Just cycle your thing or play your opt. Just do it. Just get it over with. God knows you're not responding to anything I do, and I don't care what your information might be. Just do it. Guess not. Held my priority for nothing. Love it. Wow, what a sequence. Alright. What do you think? I guess we'll go for it. He might have a Syncopate, he might have a an Essence Scatter, he might have a Censor. But holding back I don't think will do us much good. Oh my lord. Please. You did it. Good job. I'm very proud of you. I bet you play an island. Say go. Plains. Should I play around a Supreme Will? And another Censor? I guess so. Forget it. Just do it. How much are we going to get our wreckage settled? That's the question. How long for land go? Plenty. Tick-tock. So what do you guys think? Get settled? I'm sure some of you would like to see the red deck get settled. I think I've got to at least be a little smart. Let's see. 3 turn clock. Yeah, I'll go for that. He let me have the card. He could have settled me earlier if he was going to do that, and I wouldn't get this card. Oh my lord. Fun. Yep, too late on that settle, buddy. He could have kept me from drawing the card. But, you know, whatever. Can't do it for him. You also want to do it in response to Carry Zev's trigger if Carry attacks, because the opponent can't get the land for the monkey. Although you still take 2 from that monkey. So I guess it depends on how much you value the land versus the life total in Carry Zev's case. But there's no reason to hold back when the Bomat Courier is resolving. So Teferi or what? Hey, that's a spell. Bow, bow, bow. You gotta think there's definitely a great possibility of a second settle. Our opponent just hasn't done much. I know that's pretty normal, but there you go. Disallow the trigger, I love it. That is cool. So, bolt you? While the counter shields are down? Might still negate it. I think I'll wait. We haven't given him anything to negate whatsoever, so it makes sense if one was stranded in the hand. Disallow that trigger is very interesting. It does imply some kind of weakness. A second settler, somebody with another settled wreckage, I don't think would disallow that trigger. All right, Teferi, now what?
I can no longer stand by and watch.
So we try to kill him?
Hold that thought.
While he's tapped out, I will bolt your face. We're definitely going to try to kill you. We're coming! We're coming for you! If I draw a bolt or a shock, should be easy peasy. Did it! The question is when. Target the monkey at you. He didn't leave up seal away mana, so I knew he was dead. And there, it's, I guess, what it takes. That's what it takes. That's what it takes to get the good old victory screen and stay in your diamond. I don't know if you guys were watching, but I almost dropped right out of diamond right there. All right. Geez. Let's go ahead and end this absolute cluster video on that note. If you play the Sultai deck, tell me how it does in different ranks or in different competitive types. Maybe it's just a total steaming pile of trash. I don't feel like it, though. I feel like it has some fun games in it, just not where I have the, I guess you could call it, privilege of playing the game right now, where nobody plays anything that lets you get away with anything of the ramp type. You just can't get away with it. Alrighty. I guess a quick monologue on that. With the card collection that people have now, with full standard being available, with net decking being available, you just have to accept that some cards and some deck types are better than others. And depending on where you play on the ladder and what events you choose to participate in, such as constructed or competitive constructed, you could be in draft or something like that. It would be different. But if you're going to brew and play on the ladder and play at like a higher rank, you got to expect that these are the decks you have to compete with. These are the decks you have to beat. Not all decks are going to be able to do with that. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Not all are equal. Some are more equal than others. Alrighty. I hope that gives a little perspective. May not give a lot of hope, but a little perspective to what we're dealing with here in Arena. And go out there and get you your rewards, complete your quests. And I'm CGB. I'll see you later, and I'm out of here.